Fonzie after 5.
Welcome back for another episode of Fonzie After 5, my ode to late night 90s call-in radio. I found another 90s flannel shirt in my closet, so I am ready to go. And today I will be talking to Zach Nelson. Welcome, Zach.
Zach Nelson, thank you so much for joining me today for this. It's so great to see your face. Where are you right now?
I am in the warm and balmy city of Chicago. So yeah, I'm a Midwesterner now. So I'm here, been here for about 3 years, and pretty good city.
So you said you're a Midwesterner now. So what were you in your past life?
I mean, at my core, my awful, cold and frigid core, I am a Easterner. I am a Mid-Atlantic Baltimorean. Yeah, moving out here has been great. Everyone's so nice. I'm not used to it. I'm still not used to this. So yeah, but I'm still a Marylander at heart, and I probably will always be.
Oh, well, I feel like you fit in with the nice folks in the Midwest. I think of you as a nice folk.
I have those tendencies at times.
So are you planning to stay in Chicago for the holidays, or are you going to be able to travel a little bit, or what are your plans?
Yeah, so my sister a couple weeks ago had her first kid. And so we are starting on Saturday, starting a 2-week quarantine with Tess, and then we are going to drive straight to Baltimore for Christmas, and then we will come back here the day after Christmas and spend some time with Emma's parents, my wife's parents. So that'll be fun.
That's lovely. So are you a new uncle then? Is this your first niece or nephew?
I'm a new uncle. We have to get there by Friday night because Saturday morning is the christening and I'm the godfather.
Oh.
So yeah, it's very exciting. When she asked me, my sister pulled me outside when I was home last, pulled me outside and said, "Hey, I want to know if you want to be the godfather." And I was like, "Oh, I'd be honored to play the godfather." And she's like, "Awesome. This is great. I'm so excited." So we walk back in the house and I have queued up on my Spotify the theme song to The Godfather. I just play it in and just kind of walking around, trying to do my best Don Corleone.
So you're really embodying your new role.
I'm so excited. To have this beautiful little girl in my life, even though I'm an uncle / godfather. I mean, the pictures have been coming in every day, and it's great. It's a new family member.
Do you feel like it will kind of change the energy in the family dynamic, and how do you see that playing out?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think all the I'm the youngest, so all of the young kid energy, attention will be moved away from me and put towards Isla, the kid now. So that's gonna be great. I can finally relax. Everyone can really pester the new youngest now. So I'm here for it. I'm really excited.
Being the youngest, when you think back on holidays and Christmas as the youngest, do you think you have a different perspective than your brothers and sisters? Or are there any memories where you definitely felt like the youngest or anything like that?
Not so much. When I think of honestly, when I think of childhood and Christmas, my sister's birthday is on December 22nd. Right. And we've always tried, we do it very well. I think we keep the birthday and Christmas separate. So when she gets birthday presents, they are wrapped in birthday wrapping paper, not Christmas wrapping paper. That is a very specific thing. And so when I think Christmas back as the youngest, I mostly think about celebrating my sister's birthday, and then Christmas happens. But I don't know. I mean, my sister and I were only about 2.5 years apart, so we're slightly close in age, and we're a close family. So yeah, it's not so much the young little brat at Christmas. I'm a young little brat through the whole year, 365. So That's not going to change. But yeah, no, I mean, again, it's just being like kids with my sister. That's what I really think of.
So it's just the two of you?
Just the two of us. Yeah.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try.
Do you remember when it came time for presents and things like that? Was it very clearly boy presents and very clearly girl presents, or did you have some overlap in your interests?
Oh yeah, no, we never overlapped in interests at all. So like growing up, like the great gifts that I can think of are like remote control cars. I was never a car person. I'm still not. I know like when I see a car, it's, oh, I think that looks good, but I can't tell you about an engine or a suspension or anything like that. But remote control cars are like the number one, and then like Legos. And for my sister, it was like Barbies and like some arts and crafts kind of stuff. And yeah.
I mean, did the Barbies ever get to ride in the remote control cars or visit
Never.
Legoland, or no?
No,
Off limits?
Separate universes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, now that we're older though, it's kind of funny. Our interests have kind of joined at times, and like the big one is cooking. So we both cook a lot and we both bake a lot. So it's a pretty easy default present to get either of us something like cooking related. So that happens quite a bit now. Like it's usually like a stocking stuffer. I'll get her like a random kitchen gadget that you see at Williams Sonoma, like something no one needs. Like no one really needs a cherry pitter. That no one needs that. But for some reason you can get one, and I've definitely gotten her. Or like you know how like they have like the those they're like pencil sharpeners, but for vegetables.
What?
Yeah, so like this is another one. So like you get a carrot pencil sharpener, right? And it's to make like ribbons. And like I think I've gotten her every single size of one of those. And I'm like, you're never gonna use it. She's like, I will use it. I have a New York Times subscription. I will use it. So
I feel like it reminds me, when I was in grade school, there was a point at which we transitioned from the cranking sharpener to the teacher usually had the electric sharpener on the desk. And I'm picturing, I mean, it's kind of the same thing. It's you stick the carrot in and just, watch it come out, shavings into the little container.
I would always go to the teacher's desk with the pencil sharpener just to see like one of two things. If there were answers to the test that we were about to take on her desk, or like how like they'd have like that chart and it like had like checks next to each name as like a grid, and then like it would like have your grades on there, and I was like, how's Johnny doing? Oh man, I am so much smarter than Johnny.
Your love of cooking, did that come from one of your parents? Was there a lot of cooking in your home when you were young?
Oh yeah, I mean my father cooks. He's more the grilling type. Though like he makes like a famous paella meatloaf, so that's awesome. My mom, big time cook, big time baker. I mean, she actually has both my parents, they do it together. They have a candy company in Baltimore called MFG Toffee, now being called MFG Toffee and Barks because they do more than toffee now. So that was like something that was always in the house. And if you like follow me on social media, I'm constantly hawking MFG Toffee. It's the best toffee in the world. Sorry for the plug. But
don't be sorry. We're gonna link to that below. We're gonna link to that because that's a great thing to share.
So we cook all the time. It's becoming a tradition now during Christmas. We will make something weird and like out there every Christmas now. So one year we did a standing rib roast. I wanted to get really ambitious and do like a souffle inside the standing rib roast, but the temperatures were like, doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can't do it. But then I did like it started because one year my sister and I got into, of course, a sibling argument, and she showed this picture of a croquant bouche, which is, for what people don't know, it's they're cream puffs, and then it's encased with candied sugar. So it's just like right. So it's like a cage of sugar is really what it means. So I was like, I can do it. She's like, you've never even made a cream puff. So I just like found a recipe, found my grandmother's like lemon cream recipe for the filling, and then I just did it. And it was like, haha, I did this. And now it's become a yearly thing where like we all like come up with something crazy. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. So it reminds me of like the technical challenge in the Great British Baking Show or something, you know, it's like, so what's up for this year? Have you settled on a challenge to take on?
So there are two. We're coming, my sister lately for her birthday wants just like the craziest cakes is for her birthday. So this year we're working on that. That is still up in the air. One year we did like homemade truffles on the champagne icing thing. It was annoying and took forever. But this year I think we've never made a beef Wellington.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
So we might do beef Wellington. That is currently in the cards.
So with your parents being in the candy industry, are there
Mhm.
times of year, like, do you remember as a kid, it was just craziness around the holidays at home because they were so busy, or how did that all work?
I mean, the candy company is relatively new. The candy itself is not. So, little story about it. Throughout the years growing up, my mom for Christmas presents for people would make this toffee. It's English Chucklewater toffee, and people are always saying like, "You got to sell it. You got to sell it." I mean, people. It brought the worst out of people. I mean, I can tell you stories about like a priest at Christmas Eve talking about sharing with his sister in his sermon, and then my mom gave him toffee the year before, comes up to him after the service that year, and says, I don't know if you remember me, but we just love your homilies, and Merry Christmas. Maybe you can share this candy with your sister. And he looks at it, remembers the box, and looks at it. He goes, "Is this that toffee stuff?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I remember, never forget this. He hides it in his robe, and he goes, "She's not getting any of this. No, no, no. This is just for me. This is for me." So it can bring the worst out of people. Clearly, the slogan is you try it, you hide it.
I love that.
So anyway, my memory mostly of that candy though is she'd make it during Christmas time. So the whole house would just smell of chocolate, sugar, and butter. Just like permeates the house. So now like it's 24/7, it's just
Yeah.
permeate. So they don't make it at the house, they make it somewhere else. But they'll sometimes have boxes there. So it's everywhere.
Like when the cookie tray goes around, which cookie do you go for first, and which cookie are you like, I'll get there?
The number one cookie for me is the thumbprint cookie. I am obsessed with the thumbprint cookie, especially if it's like a little bit. So like the thumbprint way we do it is crushed up walnuts with dough, and then you get the thumbprint, and then inside the thumbprint are different kinds of jams. So like apricot, raspberry, grape. Those are generally the three in there. Grape was number one.
Really?
Yeah, grapes number one, apricots two, raspberry/strawberry three. I'm not a big raspberry guy. So I would also hunt out. They're all different shades of baked, right? So the lighter the shade, I'm probably gonna, shy away from. I want a little bit darker. I want that caramelization on the bottom. That's the ticket. The one I kind of like shy away from, only because it's wasteful, are the almond crescents. So like our almond crescents are just it's just a regular cookie with chopped up almonds inside the dough, and then those are baked in a nice little crescent, and then half of it's dipped in chocolate.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, I'm all about the chocolate side. Non-chocolate side, I could do without. So like I would, as a kid, just like eat the chocolate side and throw away the rest. So like I have uneaten cookies all over the place. So as I've grown up, it's all about the thumbprint. My sister was like obsessed, and still is, with the Rice Krispie treats wreaths.
So do you have a go-to Christmas or holiday beverage that you like to have this time of year?
I'm not that big into eggnog. I'll drink it if it's there. Hot apple cider is great too. Couple years ago, I just gave up all soda. I don't drink much soda, like it's rare, but when I think Christmas and I think beverages, I think the cranberry ginger ale that
Oh,
Canada Dry makes.
yeah.
And that, as a kid, I would pound 2 liters. Don't even hand me a can or, one of those like bottles. No, a 2 liter, just sit that out there. I'll get my glass of ice and just destroy it. Now, I'd probably still lean to it. I think when I go home, I'll have like a 1 2 liter that will last me for weeks. So that's probably that's the number one, because it's like it's seasonal. It's like one of these things that only comes out around this time of year, and you get to go
Use
for
it or lose it, right? Like you
it.
gotta do it.
Exactly. And honestly, I feel like if I don't buy it, no one's gonna buy it, and they're gonna stop making it. It's this is gonna go off at a little tangent, but like, so I'm from the East Coast, and Utz chips are big, where I'm from. And they make a crab chip, and it's the best chip. There's no chip that beats the Utz crab chip. And out here in Chicago, I was shocked when I found that they had Utz at my grocery store. And then I was even more shocked that they carried like one size of crab chip. And so I would just buy them out. And like they would be gone for about 2 months, and then clearly they get a delivery and they go back up, and I just keep buying them out because I fear that if barely anyone buys crab chips, at
Yeah,
least out here. I mean, my wife who's from my wife's from downstate Illinois. She had no idea what these are, and she's allergic to shellfish, so she's like, I can't eat those. I'm like, no, it's just the seasoning. So now I have to buy them out, because once we stop buying them, they stopped stocking them for about 2 months, and I freaked out. So yeah, same thing with the cranberry ginger ale. We got to keep buying it. We don't overdo Christmas in our house. I think partially because my father's Jewish, so we also celebrate Hanukkah. And part of our Christmas tradition is also setting up the menorah,
yeah.
and so we'll also have typical semi-kosher, more Gentile-leaning Jewish meals. My mom, though she's a Gentile, makes an incredible matzo ball soup. And my sister is also taken to making a lot of kosher food. And my dad loves it, and I love kosher food, so all about it. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like straight up Christmas 24/7, no, we didn't really grow up with that. But I mean, of course, we have Christmas trees.
Is there anything else that your dad liked to do to honor his Jewish tradition this time of year?
Honestly, not really. I mean, my father is not practicing Jew anymore, but we observe pretty much all the holidays. Passover, Yom Kippur, Rosh Hashanah, and Hanukkah. We'll light the candles when I'm not in town, or my sister is at her place. She lives outside DC with her husband. We'll FaceTime in and watch the lighting of the candles, or we'll FaceTime other people in, which is nice. It's funny though, because it lands around Christmas. They say in Hanukkah, you have every night, and the presents get bigger and bigger and bigger. Not in our family. We don't really give gifts during Hanukkah, because we got Christmas right over there. So we'll do like the little gelt, the chocolate coins or something like that. But who knows? I mean, now that we have a newborn in the family, I have a feeling all that stuff is going out the window, and we're just going to be giving so many gifts to baby Isla, and it's going to be out of control.
Do you look forward to spoiling her?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. I mean, a fair amount of my friends have had kids now, and my default gift is to give them baby shoes. I just love the idea of baby shoes. So, like my first friend that had a kid, I remember getting their kid both pink Air Force Ones, because they didn't know the gender, like pink Air Force Ones, and then like I think they were like black Converse, in case it was a boy. And they're like, we're having a boy, but that kid will definitely be wearing pink as well. So that kid wears those shoes. So now that my sister has a kid, I've been just on Nike's website, and just like every baby shoe is in the cart. Not sure I'm gonna get them all, but like that kid definitely has at least a couple pair of Jordans coming her way. Kind of kick the habit a little bit, though. I'll relapse where I just become obsessed with shoes. It used to be that I would go to a gig for, let's say, a month and a half, and I bring 8 pairs of shoes, which is just ridiculous. It's no one needs 8 pairs of shoes in general. So maybe they do. No, I used to like do therapy shopping. Like I remember having this really bad day once. I was actually in Santa Fe. It was a really bad day, and I went to the mall, or whatever you want to call it, down off Cerrillos, and which has like a food court and 6 stores, and 2 of them sell salt crystal lamps. So they had a Journeys shoe store, and I was like, why not? Because they had for sale like some Converse. I think I bought 6 pairs of Converse. I was a mess. Like I have these iridescent Converse that we wore for Emma got us shiny sneakers for our wedding reception.
Aww.
So she wore like sparkly Keds, and I wore these iridescent Converse. So those stay in there. I've only worn them once. I might never wear them again, but I might wear them, pop into it.
So are you and Emma going to send out a Christmas card? Do you do pictures? Do you have any plans like that? Does cricket become a part of any of this?
So far, no. I have fear that it will happen. I did not come from a Christmas card family. Emma did. And so, I have a feeling that at one point, yes, we will have a Christmas card. We don't have one yet. Who knows? We might do like a Facebook post or something, where we put Cricket in a hat and he looks miserable, but we're both happy. So we might do that.
That sounds about right. Do you like getting out in the cold weather?
We don't do that out east.
Do you like it?
Oh yeah,
like
no, I do.
up?
I mean, I like bundling up.
Yeah.
No, I'll bundle up. I got, like a lot of people during the pandemic, I've gotten into running. I never thought I would. I have a vivid memory of you and Lisette Orpeza before our dress rehearsal, or one of our big dress rehearsals for La Noche in Santa Fe, like you guys talking about how you just ran the half marathon together, like earlier in the day, and then you were like at a rehearsal, like these runners are crazy. And now, I'm in this pandemic, I'm running. I've bought winter running gear. I have like the reflective vest, if I'm running after 4.
Yeah.
And like, I'm obsessed with it now. I love it. And it's just, I think it's because I just like being out in the cold. And I think that's really where it's at.
So does Cricket, the dog, get any special treatment this time of year?
Yeah. So, I mean, unfortunately less walks because it's just so cold. I mean, now during the pandemic, because we're in a 2-bedroom apartment, so we have a little bit of space, but I find myself being on like a 2-mile walk with Cricket, and he's a little guy, so he's miserable at the end. During this time of year, we do have booties for him.
Cute.
Right? He hates them.
Does he do the like?
It's just so funny because like, oh yeah, no, I mean at first he forgot how to use his paws at first. He's like doing one of these things.
If you could get Cricket a pair of winter Converse booties, how would you feel about that?
Oh my God. I mean, absolutely. I mean, the dog would be only wearing Converse if I could. Because he's so short, he needs a low top. High tops are for longer people or longer dogs, really. Like a Great Dane would look great in like, some high tops. But he's a messy dog, so I'd stray away from all like light colored and white Converse. I think it might clash a little with him, but I think a good, just solid black low top on my dog would look really good. Yeah.
So is Cricket gonna get like a stocking of like a bone and some chew toys, or any?
Oh yeah, I mean we're going to my parents. They have a dog as well. Kathy Nelson will make sure that Cricket has a stocking. We've been lately getting into giving him bully sticks that are larger than him. He's a 16-pound dog, so we'll get like this bull. He's like this long, right? And the bully stick's this long. So watching him like manage it is high comedy. It's just wonderful. So yeah. Does
Oh, and those
Lupita
are
get like,
long lasting. Those are long lasting. So that's like a, that's a distraction that's, take a while.
oh yeah, we put notches in it. So like I'll take a tape measure and like, all right, you get 4 inches each go. So just try to knock it down. And then like I'll make sure that he's,
That is brilliant.
yeah, it works out well. So he doesn't
Are
overeat.
you Christmas movie or Christmas music listeners? Like, do you, when the radio stations start playing, or when Love Actually starts rolling around on Netflix again, or whatever, are you like, do you do those things?
I mean, I have my go-to Christmas albums, as does M. M loves the Carpenters' Christmas album. That's a must for her. For me, I mean, I know this is a super basic thing to say, but I've been a Mariah Carey fan since I was like 5. So like I'm obsessed with her. I absolutely love all the stuff. Even if we want to get to her later stuff, I'm here for it. So of course her Christmas album is one of the best things. Her Silent Night is hands down actually the best thing on that album. It's not All I Want for Christmas. Movies. My sister and I have a tradition every year, even when we're not together, that we watch The Muppet Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
Because it's Michael Caine's best performance in any movie ever. And if you are watching the version where his girlfriend at the time in past Christmas past, when she sings her song, we usually fast forward or walk out the room and then come back because it's terrible. And then it's a terrible moment. Like I don't like seeing Michael Caine like fake cry. It's not because we watch him up at Christmas Carol a lot. A lot of other Christmas movies we never saw, right? So when I started dating Em, she's like, "Oh, can we watch White Christmas?" I was like, "I've never seen it. I don't know what this is all about." I was blown away. It is an incredible. I don't know if you've ever heard of this movie, White Christmas, but it is an incredible movie.
So Zach, before we go today, I would love to hear what song you'd like to request and who you'd like to dedicate it to.
My favorite Christmas song, the Christmas song, dedicated to my late great aunt Eleanor. She was also a singer. She was the first singer in our family, so I miss her every day. And yeah.
Oh, that's special. That's special. All right. Well, here is the Christmas song for Eleanor.
Hi, Zach. This is Alex Loutsion coming to you from Chicago. I am dedicating this to Zach's Aunt Eleanor, and I am wishing all of you a very, very Merry Christmas.
Oh, I love Alex.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas.
That was great. That was really like beautiful. I said, she's a beautiful artist and a beautiful human, and yeah, that was really special. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Zach, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah to your dad and your family, and to Emma and Cricket. Safe travels, and I guess happy quarantining.
Merry Christmas to you too, and Happy New Year. And hopefully I could, see you in person sooner than later, when we're able to do that.
I would love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, until then.
Yes. Thanks, Em.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you again for joining me for tonight's episode of Fonzie After 5. And a big thank you to Zach Nelson and Alex Loutsion. Don't forget, for all your toffee and bark needs, check out the link below. Zach, I hope you get to eat all the thumbprint cookies your heart desires when you get home. And I can't wait for your little niece to get decked out in all the baby shoes her heart desires. Happy holidays, everybody. And don't forget, it's after 5 somewhere. Fonzie after 5.